Hello and welcome to the second video of the Kubernetes Zero to Pass the Interview. So on the previous video, we talked about some concepts. On this video, we are going to change our architecture and implement this architecture that you're seeing here. From the last recording until now, a lot of things has changed. One of them is actually I've changed my operating system to Windows, because it seems that Windows is working better on Mac rather than Mac itself, Mac OS itself. And my Mac was pretty old. I think it's about like 2016. So the original Mac operating system was pretty slow for it. I installed Windows and I'm pretty happy with it, especially with the new feature terminal that we are going to work with it today. So here it is. We are going to have a complete view to the terminal. Yes. Okay. So we have it in here. Good. We are going to implement this one. For implementing this architecture, we need a Kubernetes cluster. I've already gone ahead and created one. We can see here that it's created. Let's go ahead and connect to it. Okay. Here it is, we are there. Okay, top nodes. To create a request. Okay, what's the problem in here, Feji? Okay. Okay, it's working fine. The next step is, let's go and see. We want to create pods inside the services. Basically, for pods, to have some pods, we need some kind of like deployment. The name is deployment. Let's go in and create deployment. How we want to do that? I haven't created any kind of like files before, so that we can go in and find out from where we can get these files as like template or even like as themselves. So Kubernetes deployment with service. Yep. So we are having deployment in here, and that is in the Nginx type. We are going to copy it. So basically our friend in here is Vim. So let's use it. mkdir Kubernetes part 2. Sure, it's in the YAML file format, and we should set it as a paste, so that when we are pasting in there, we are going to maintain these indentations. So the kind is deployment. The name of the deployment is going to be my Nginx spec. We are saying that match labels of run my Nginx, which means that match pods with this label. Here we are saying that what kind of like template for pod we want to have, and this is the number of the replicas. So we want to have the labels are exactly as this one, match labels, and the containers are going to be, the image is going to be Nginx, the containers, the name is going to be my Nginx, and the port is 80. So currently we have the deployment or the pods. We need also the service for it. So creating a service for it is pretty easy. Here we can have just copy this template as service template, saying that metadata is this one, label is this one, and then for selector, go and select the pods that they have this selector. We're going to copy it and just paste it in here. As you can see in here in selector, we are kind of referencing in here, like labels should be this one, selector, select this label. For this deployment, we have also match labels that says that go and match the pods with this label. So we have this service in here. That service by default is cluster IP, we need we want to have another service, and that is load balancer. We don't need another service for having ingress or that architecture, just for sake of like see how other services work. So if you remember, we have another service, the name is load balancer, that is for public IPs. So okay, just we should change the name of the service. My Nginx probably load balancer. Yep. Okay, imagine that it's all good. And then we are going to apply it, k apply -f deployment. Yes, we have it in there. Okay, get pods. Okay, they are running. Let's see the services. svc-n. You can write either services or svc, both of them will work for us. We don't need any -n's. Okay, we are pending on the IP of the load balancer. So we have two services for my Nginx. One of them is cluster IP, the other one is load balancer. Let's go and install Nginx cluster controller. Just reviewing the architecture, we have created the pods with deployment. We have created these services, and we need to create this Nginx ingress controller, like we are using Nginx ingress controller, and we should create ingress. Basically, ingress file is the file that defines the route to this service. Okay, let's go in and create it. Install Nginx ingress controller. Let's go in. Okay, we want to install on GCE, JKE, that's correct. Okay, this one creates the cluster role binding. Let's just run it. Yes, it's created. The next one is just this one, pretty easy. This is just a YAML file full of like deploy things. I suggest going in there and seeing what's happening in here. For now, I just apply it. Basically, all of these resources are configured in here. So again, let's go in and see if the services, we have a public IP. Yes, we have a public cluster IP. Let's check it. Yes, that's the first page that you get from Nginx. That's it. So first step done. So this is load balancer. We don't need it, like it's not part of this architecture. This is just one of the part of the services that I was telling you, like load balancer is one of them that you can have public IP to route to the service. In here, we want to use the cluster IP as service, and we need to define the ingress. Okay, let's go in here and define ingress Kubernetes. Okay, let's go in here, and basically this is what we want to do. Ingress resource, yes, so we have that. Okay, we don't need this one. We need the ingress resource that it has the, yes, wildcard host. We can define the host in there. Copy. We are using the same deployment file for the sake of reviewing it. Okay, load balancer is something that, okay, I should say set paste, so that it, I should define like a shortcut for it. Okay, and paste anyway. The name of the service is my Nginx. And then the path is basically this one. The path doesn't have anything, but anyway, that's okay to be like that. So I have a web host, and that is borg.io. I can call nginx.borg.io in here. I think everything should be okay. Let's just apply it. And here it says it's created. Just one thing, we should go in and define the public load balancer of the Nginx ingress controller inside our DNS. Going to tell you in a minute what I mean. So I'm getting my domain from Namecheap. Going to log into the DNS of the Namecheap. I'm not showing that one to you. Probably there is some kind of security hazard, but anyway, going in. Okay. Here it is. We have one type of A record of Nginx in here, just the value is different. Let's go in and see kget svc -n ingress. Yes. So this is the external IP. We should, if we want Nginx ingress controller to kind of route our addresses, we should set that one in here. And yes, that's it. We have done it. You can use the command dig nginx.borg.io. Okay, this is the new address. This one you can see is the same, so basically we should be able to address it in here. So nginx.borg.io. Voila, it's done. Okay, so congratulations, you have learned how to work with Kubernetes and basically implemented one of the things that it took me about 1 month at the beginning to implement. So 1 month tasks, probably in 15 minutes. That's good. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a great day. Bye.